I can actually spread out.
Yeah, how's the position?
Okay, instantly this feels like a Nissan Maxima.
This is all very similar.
Same steering wheel.
Yeah,
this is all the same.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, the interior is a typical Japanese 90s affair.
I love all this.
Grey and
I love. We never got designs like this, or that, or badges, or this whole car. What's the full name again?
Nissan Stagea RS4. Yeah. I've got.
Is it considered a sport wagon or a gentleman's GT car, or
probably a gentleman's GT car? I'd say it's hard to I don't know, put categories on it like that. But there is one trim level above this. They made about 800 of them for the first series, I think, or the first chassis. There's 2 series of the first chassis, and they made about 400 for each one. 400 for the first one, then 400 for the facelift. That had the 2.6 twin turbo and manual. The first series you could only get auto unless you spec it up to that, and they would ship it out to one of their subsidiary brands, Autech, and they would bolt in the 5-speed and the 2.6 twin turbo. Same as.
I wonder how much they had a drill to put in a manual pedal box.
It's interesting as well because there's a lot here, and then there's a lot here as well. My first assumption was that maybe this was where the transfer box is, under here or something, but it's just the transmission is here, and then the exhaust sort of routes under here or something, so that's why this is here, but as far as that I'm not too sure.
We don't get this either, a carpeted armrest.
Yeah,
that's very...
and it opens to the side as well, which is different, I guess.
Yeah, normally it's all like that. Did you import this yourself, or was it already here?
I did not. I'm the third owner in the UK. It was imported in 2007, and then the guy I bought it off the estate of the guy who imported it. He died. I bought it in 2013 in January. 1650 I paid for it. 1,600 pounds roughly. Because it had no history. The estate couldn't find the history for the car and all the paperwork, so I took a bit of a punt on it. But it's paid off. I mean, I looked at it and saw under the bonnet. I could tell that the mileage was true. Yeah, I had a bit of a test drive. I had a look around. And I was like, yeah, I think it's a steal at that price. So if I come to sell it in the near future, I think I could, maybe even double that. It depends, though.
Yeah.
It depends.
The mile per. Does that K light up? Is there a button and it switches?
No, that's just a sticker that somebody's put over it. So it's in kilometers per hour, and then obviously for the UK you need to convert it to miles per hour.
Huh?
You just we do miles per hour here. Miles, yeah.
All right.
I know it's archaic. It's I guess the way it is, but
everything else is metric. But you still keep the imperial.
Yep.
Huh.
There must be a story behind it. I don't know, but all it is just a chip that gets put in before the speedo, and all it does is times the times the kilometer input to 1.7 to get it to the miles.
Huh. Well, this is a modern car, so it has air conditioning. Yep. So let's get some of that going.
Yeah, no problem. I'll take. I guess there's a few quirks and stuff I'll take you over later.
Okay.
Yeah. How is the seat and stuff? I think
all the way back.
As far back as it goes.
Yeah.
Japanese people are not as tall as us, I don't think. Yes. Yeah. So the alarm is alarm and immobilizer setup is a piece of crap on this. If you unlock it, you have 30 seconds to start the car. Otherwise, you'll just turn the key and nothing will happen. It's a security feature of some sort. I'm not sure.
So I press unlock.
But yeah, and that doesn't work. It's this one. So I've got to lock it and then unlock it, and then go.
All right.
Yeah, parking brake's not on.
Oh, it's just off, just in park. Yeah.
This is aftermarket. Oops. So AC, let's take it down to 21. Nice and cool.
Yeah.
See, that's warm.
We'll probably turn the fan down. Yeah, just so we can hear each other and the microphone can hear us.
No problems. Yeah, so you've got it's 4-wheel drive. It's a 4-speed auto. Up front, you've got a straight 6 2.5 single turbo.
What is that? As I slightly step on the brake,
it's engaging the. You won't be able to change gear unless you've depressed the brake pedal.
Well, I've had cars like that, but they don't make the click sound.
Yeah, it's the mechanism in here, the action in here is making the sound.
Huh. Alright.
This button here is for the gearbox. It's got snow mode, which basically will never engage first gear, just so that you've got, I guess, a bit of extra traction. And the power mode will hold it all the way up to 7 grand.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can give it the beans, give it a bit of a squirt up there if you want. I don't mind.
We'll be nice to the owners,
yeah.
Mr. Jim Wicks. See, suddenly after those two cars, this thing feels gigantic.
It's I like the visibility. It works for me.
Yeah.
When I first got this, my dad had a bit of a ride around with it, and he said that the ride feels sort of in between European and American. It's a bit floaty. It's not.
This feels firm to me.
Stuff. Does it?
This feels firm to me. You drive a Nissan Maxima, it's not going to feel like this.
Okay.
But it's a 2-liter turbo.
A 2.5.
Ah.
240 horsepower. So go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to collect my thoughts. Like, trying to say to myself, it's not a Maxima. I mean, it feels wider than it. Maybe it's just the perspective of this is the first, like the other two cars were so small it didn't feel weird to be on the right hand side. Now this is big. I'm like, crap, there's a lot of car over there. And there's a lot of this car there. Being in smaller cars.
It could be your perspective as well, being used to left-hand drive. Not used to having this space on your left, maybe.
Yeah. Is the 4-wheel drive always on?
Yes, permanent. It has a locking differential, center differential. It's got a limited slip diff at the back. It's electronically controlled, the center differential, up to 20 kilometers an hour. So if you press it and then go over 20 kilometers an hour, it'll disengage. Okay. I guess that's just for getting out if you get stuck in a field or something like that. It's a useful thing to have.
I guess it pulls. There's the pull. There's the turbo.
Yeah, but you've still got 2 grand to go. So yeah, and then
now this little airstrip, this ancient airstrip, is not built to handle what this thing really is capable of. But okay, this thing feels like, in your language, for overtaking.
Yes.
Like when you're out, there is no down. Well, there is a downshift, but it's just mash it. And then 1, 2, 3, and then whoosh.
Yeah, and then if you want to get really sort of spunky with it, there's a overdrive button here, so you can just hit the overdrive. It'll
drop it out.
Yeah, drop it out of overdrive, and then you're around. Yeah, it's got grunt. Like low down, it moves around, but you can feel the weight. And then it's really it's a bit of a cliche, because once the turbo's there, it starts to. It's a different character. It's not fast, like it's heavy. It moves in a straight line.
The steering also is much heavier. The steering is much. It's less boosted than the little Daihatsu. It was so light. Yeah.
I think this is quite light steering as well.
Yeah.
But I'm used to.
May I mash it again?
Go ahead. Yeah.
That's nice. That is real nice.
I love the engine. I'm sort of falling in love with it. It's not.
It's like wait, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Sorry, I'm braking again because the sensation of having those tires up there.
Again, the weight comes into it because the brakes don't give you much confidence. I think they're a bit spongy. I guess better pads would be good there.
Yeah, big turning circle. But useful. Do these seats go all the way down?
The rear ones are fold flat. It's not fully fold flat, but I guess the marketers will call it fold flat.
Okay, overdrive on. And this takes whatever highest octane is available here.
Yeah, it does. You can get conversions. Unfortunately, without the paperwork, I don't know if it's had the conversion or not. Most importers do they call it a RON conversion. I forget what it stands for, but most importers do that when they take the car in and do the first sort of tests and get it past the inspections. I've used non-high octane sometimes. It's a big, heavy estate, four-wheel drive. It's not. I didn't buy it for the economy, so paying a bit more for the fuel is not the end of the world. I've got some brochures in the back. I can go through those later because I think they're fascinating. Seeing what, I guess, it's a piece in time in somewhere else.
Can we park this by the trees right there? I think that'll make good shots because that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to go on to still shots for this car.
And then, I don't know, the shocks are a bit creaky, but I guess it's just age. Maybe new shocks at some point or coilovers. I'm jostling with the idea of maybe at some point. Oh, sorry, you locked it.
Even with this much, they went with the pillarless doors.
Yes, and the rear are pillarless as well.
Odd. That is.
It's Japanese.
Yeah. The Subarus used to stick with that for a long time, then they finally stopped. So,
you might be familiar with this. Some people call it a Skyline wagon. It's not strictly true. The chassis code here is WGN C34, so it's wagon C34, and the Skylines are the R33, R32, 33, 34. The C34 was a Nissan Cedric, 4-door saloon. Shared the RB series engine. All the underpinnings are pretty much the same, but it's not a Skyline. It's got the same running gear as the Skyline, as the GTT or the GTST or whichever one, whichever year it is. But yeah, it's far from a Skyline. It's a big heavy car with the same running gear. Yeah.
Man, it'd be neat if it was snowing. That would be fun. Yeah. Did you ever take it out in the snow?
We've never had a good snow year since I've had it. Yeah.
You'd like Pennsylvania. Every year we get the big one. You get the big one, and everybody in their WRXs. Yeah. You can blah 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 blah, and then like the township declares a state of emergency, which means you can ride your four-wheelers and your snow machines on the road, just straight down the thing on either a four-wheel. And some people get their ATVs and those little Baja things, and then it's just wintertime Mad Max right down the center, and it's like, state of emergency, all laws are off the books, just go nuts.
That's a movie they need to make. Nuclear winter.
Well, thank you so much for showing to me.
No problem.
And now we'll get to taking some pictures.
Yeah.